question. Do you need pathos? Contrast helps you know what you don't want, helps you know what you do want. So there's plenty of contrast. You don't have to go looking for it. So the contrast puts it in the vortex. Once it's in the vortex, what is your singular responsibility to yourself? To get into the vicinity of the vortex, to get general in the vicinity, let the vortex take you in and then milk it. Yes?
That's right. I think people should stop trying to figure it out and let go.
We agree, but we can say that, but you can't.
It's about true. It's about finding what you want in yourself and not focusing on what the other person, just like with the marriage. It's not focusing on what they want. It's being happy with yourself and going with that. Just like an example, this lecture. Someone bought my ticket here. I came because I wanted to change, because that's what I wanted. In turn, met a wonderful woman and guy, went to lunch. All these connections are happening because it's what I want. You have to figure out what you want in your life and stop trying to figure out and control everyone else, because you think if you do that, that will make you happy.
Everything that you're speaking is true, and it makes a great seminar. We know, we've been giving that seminar. Really good word.
But you've been repeating with every person the same thing, and I think it's just in layman terms, let go. Stop trying to figure it out.
So now let's apply it specifically here, because even as you're saying, I'm going to stop doing this and I'm going to start doing that, you've watered what you're going to start doing down by your attention to what you're going to stop doing. In other words, this is the thing that we want you to hear. Every part of, even though you're coming to the right conclusion by saying, not going to do that anymore, going to do that, you didn't have to say what you're not going to do. And in saying what you're not going to do, you water down the other part of it. That's why we were demonstrating the rampage, you see. Everything you're saying is absolutely accurate. But this feeling of riding the crest of the wave is getting hold of a piece of something that is working and then just riding it until everything in your life experience gets sort of caught up in the... Jerry and Esther have had a fun experience a time or two of getting in a vehicle and getting behind a very big vehicle and letting the draft of the big vehicle pull them. You have to have a CB radio and a cooperative truck driver to play the game, but they often like to play, and it is really, really fun. So what the game shows you is that with the momentum, there is an energy that will pull you. So they used almost no fuel during the time they were being sucked by the vortex of the trucker. In other words,
drifting.
So as you realize that there are things that already you have huge momentum going, and you, rather than taking the issue that you're not going on and trying to buoy it up, instead you take the issue that is working and you get more and more specific about the things that are working. The momentum of that will take every other outside of the vortex issue and will stream it into the vortex and give you the success that you want on every subject. Did you hear that? Just take the thing that makes you feel the highest and give it your undivided attention, and meaning the vortex and the energy of the vortex will transform every other situation in your life experience to match it.
Exactly.
Exactly. And we were appreciating the brightness and the clarity of her, weren't you? Didn't you like how forthright she was? And didn't you notice how everything she said you agreed with? But did you notice the subtle difference of what, in other words, a year ago, we would have had a long discussion around that. A year ago, we would have a long discussion around that. But today, as we are dramatizing the value of letting the vortex carry you further, then the question that we want to put to you is, why go this way only to have to return to here before you can go this way? Why not start with something that's already going this way and just keep the momentum going? Following? Someone else ready?